Welcome back to Hoff. How's the fun? Where it always fun. As you can see, today we've got frankinscooter out. And a little upgrade for you guys. For last time, we have a light attached to the front. We've got to rig up a battery system for that and get it all wired up properly. The cable's just tucked up in the back here for the time being. But we've got the old, as you can see, obviously there is no speed control on there in the minute. And we have the old motor. I say old, this is the old one with the broken shaft, but yeah, that's nothing. We fit a new one. We burnt out about 3 speed controllers with this one, trying to work 3S through them, and apparently they didn't like it. So what I did do is I went a bit mad. As you can see, we got power cables poking out, but let's move our chain and our towel and show you the loveliness. Got 2 new speed controllers, 150s I think, yeah, 150s. Both of them are exactly the same, both of them are identical from factory. Motors are the same. Difference between these ones and the ones that I have been running are these puppies have 5mm shafts. So we have our 5mm drill bit for making possible new connectors. But obviously there is 2 motors. I only have one over here, and we have 1 gear. So I have ordered another 2, just in case I've got the wrong shit. I know it's going to fit my chain, it's the right for my chain, but I don't know if it's the same as this, so I've ordered 2. So if it's different, I can do them both. It's fine. Yeah, so, yeah. I'm hoping that this works. I mean, these are 2,500 kVs, they are a lot bigger motors. These can handle 4 cell. So I'm hoping that frankinscooter now is actually going to like it. But I'm hoping to, if I can pick these both up and not drop everything else on the floor. Let's pop that one off. They are hopefully going to fit in somewhat like that. And I will have, obviously there's not enough clearance either side of these mounts and the other one this side by my thumb, so they are going to be moved. They will be going to the outside or maybe further down, but they're still going to be about just moved and different. Well, there'll be different ones, there won't be them, but yeah. And then we will link my chains and everything in, and there we go. Look at that, they poke out quite a way. So obviously the new coupler and everything on there that I need to fit it. Hopefully I can, at the end of it all, try and find some steel couplers. And what is stuck to the end of my motor pole? Oh, I spun my motor up inside the foam, and it's probably heated the inside of the foam up and got stuck to the pin. But I dropped that one on the floor, basically. So we have 2 motors. We have this one, we have this one. No, these are speed controls, they're motors, but outputs. I've already taken the red out of that side, and that one has it. But we have a connector. So they connect into that top one, that connects into the bottom one, and then that end connects straight into the inside the car. Like what would be inside an RC car, connects straight into the transmitter receiver, sorry, and that powers both of them the same. They have their own on switches. I may be adding them into one. I don't know how that's going to handle flowing through powers, but might just be easy too. I don't know. Might try and make up a little box that goes over the top that does them both at the same time, but I just need to find out if this lot's all going to fit on here. And if not, how to make up a new cap that will just basically feed on and bolt on the top with them in it and work in and take them out, because it will never work with them. But we have more chain. It actually turns out to be 25H pitch or whatever it is, but that's mini moto chain, mini moto on-road chain. The little racers, not the off-road. So we got a whole new kit of toys. I have actually also, I almost forgot, I've ordered 2 brand new 3-cell batteries that are identical, so we can power that lot with it. It's all for that, and all for in there for this. So hopefully this time around it's actually going to work. Not that it didn't last time, it's just I had an inferior parts. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get it all plumbed on there and see how it goes. I couldn't stop myself, obviously it was going to happen. So like I said earlier, I have the 2 new motors. They actually look really good like that. But that just sticks out way too far. It's not held on by anything. I'm literally just holding, drilled out that shaft, that collet in the middle, whatever that thing is. And I've just wedged that in. I'm sorry, I was trying to do that one-handed blind. But here's the old motor, the old Gular C39. Wow, it's a 39,000 kV. Do you know something? This may even be the one that was out of the bike. I don't know. I think I might put it in the bike. Although the tyres are already gone, so what's the point? I'm only going to kill them more, but I messed up. I've ordered 2 new ones of these. Obviously 2 motors, 2 of these. I might do it like this. No, 2 motors. I don't know. Just start looking through the phone at the gear line up. It's kind of this shaft. Wow, that's weird trying to find stuff. This is thinner, and I don't think it's thick enough for the inside of that. Yeah, I've ended up crafting some pinky shit on this bit anyway in the first place, just for that gear to sit. It's gonna get stuck, isn't it? When I want to just... Yep, no, that's stuck. Wow, is that stuck? Nope. Finger power is not enough. Let's let my little man use these pliers in the garden, so we'll find out. No, I'm not pissing around because I'm going to end up weakening that shaft. I'll do it with 2 hands in a little bit. I'll get that off. No, I won't do it now because that's me. Right. So, as we all see, this end is not round anymore. Round? Not round. So that was shaved off. Come on, on you get. You're already shit fit. There you go. So that just fits on. So it's kind of, you know. Oh, fuck my life. Fuck my life. Now that's the problem with the shed. You lose shit all over the bloody place. There it is. I found it straight away. But normally I drop shit. Ah, look at that. Look. I've been looking for that. See what I mean? Everything just runs away in this bloody shed. But morning o'clock, I'll get some energies back up. Yeah. So yeah, I messed up. This is close. This is 9 teeth. I've ordered an 11, so I need to go back in and order 2 9 teeth. Or 1 more 9 teeth. I don't know, that looks pretty good gearing, teeth wise. What do you reckon? Pretty decent. Hard look run. It was on a shitty little kid's electric scooter, but yeah. That wasn't like one of them push start pieces of crap, so not much grunt off the mark. But I've got an issue with the little pin in here. You can see it already. It's literally eating away in the housing inside. So we'll deal with that at some point. Shunt over. I'll probably do a strip down, strip a tiny bit off of the inside of the spacing on this. Move that clip over and just add a washer or something. I don't know, I might need a little bit of plate that goes in the back there just to stop it. It's alley, so it's rubbing through it like a bitch, but that's somewhat the idea. Obviously move them all over, but it's somewhat going to be like so. So speed controllers, I'm just using an elastic band for the minute, and then up there with the 2 motors. But yeah, like I say, I freaking messed up with that, so I've got to go in and order some more. And then, do we just do a test with 1 motor? I don't know. I might. I really might just do a test with one, but then I don't want to overdo one motor and not the other, so I'll probably end up having to test it with both, and the likelihood of me killing something is very bloody high. So no, we'll wire up both and we'll just go straight off with both. I'm not going to piss about and break shit. I'll go with both and break both. So, I made myself laugh there because it's kind of what's happened with everything else. I'll do this and fuck, it's on fire. Yeah. But it's about time to do it again. It's been a fair few weeks since I pissed around with this, I must admit. And the smell of the burning speed control is finally left my shed. So, yeah, we'll get round to it. But I will try and figure out some sort of get rid of these fuckers jobby. Like, I don't know, try and mount them down on the sides or offsets. Like, I don't know, maybe an extra bit that sits on here, and then that bolts up to that. But then I've got to think about the chain on that and the clearance, and yeah, I definitely can't do it the other bloody side. I've got that sticking out, but I don't know, we don't need the gear so far. I could literally just make a new piece. Oh, I don't know, I'm going to work this out off camera because it's going to confuddle my brain, I think, otherwise. But I'll bring you back when I have some sort of idea. Here we are, still at it, back on it. We are obviously working on frankinscooter right now, as you can see. But we got motor 1 mounted in the original hull. We'll use the original bearings and the fittings and all the stuff for that. We'll keep that the same. Motor number 2. Now that is going down there. A bit like that. So, what I've done is I have started on this. Basically, take the light out of my hand. Basically, this line is right down here is the cut line. I might add something into it because I'm hoping to get a little bit of pivot out of it, so I don't know which one's the space, I don't know which one's going into where yet, because I'm guessing that's going over the top of that, so it's going to get bolted into that. So this will need a spacing in it, this front one, and then the back one is coming on the inside, so that'll have the thread in it, so that will need the spacing in it. Okay, that's going to make life awkward, but we're going to make this up as best as we can. Maybe cut extra, I don't know, I might cut extra and see what happens, because it all doesn't really matter too much about the chain length, and because I'm just trying to get this so it's got adapted grooves in it so we can adjust it. But the motor pole will come through here. It's all together at the minute, 2 plates, so I can make it all identical. We are gonna, I've got a piece somewhere. Here we are. Right, so I managed to sculpt this one down so it is the same width as this, and I'm going to take this all out. I'm going to cut this piece out where the, I don't know if you can see there's the line. Cut that out. That's going to sit in, that was close, sit in the back of that one. So that'll be the spacings for them two, and then that one is the spacer for that one, and that keeps this all spaced out the same. And obviously, like I said, one's going on the inside, one's going on the outside. So this motor will be over a tiny bit more, but it'll all line up when I sort out the sprockets later. So it should be fine. Should be gravy, but I just need to figure out what to do about this, which is why, like I say, I'm probably going to cut over so I can take any extras off later. And then we'll go from there. I'll start cutting and get these pieces churned up, and I'm going to drill a hole through, obviously straight through, pillar drill, use the older pillar drill, and we will churn it, go straight through, do the same with that so they pop out the back, and then we'll tap the insides of these two, this piece when it's done, and then tap the inside of that from end to end, and then they will bolt up again. But I am using bigger bolts. These are drilled with the drill for tapping these out, so it's just easy enough to line up and push back through. And yeah, you'll see it when it's done. I did the same to build this, and it's is all good. So yeah, I'll get cutting and I'll bring you back once I've cut these. Little bit of footage of actually drilling them out. I've got the big one and the little one lined up. You can see the little gappage. So little spray. I'm gonna squirt myself in the elbow. Probably should put some goggles on. Goggles. Right. People are probably screaming at me. Goggles for a pedal. Mate, I've had metal in my eye. Don't. I'm not going there again. Might be a bit loud. Yep. Shit. Don't want that bit getting too hot. I got a feeling that one might be done. I do have an extra piece of alley underneath the bottom of it all, just to, you know, I don't hit dead bottom in the middle of the metal basically. But that is the process of doing it. I'll pull this one out and check it. But pretty gold, really. Stick some thread in it, bosh them two sides together, and then I will do the same with this one. This little punch hole. Drill that one out, and then we'll line it up in the actual bit that it's going with, and we'll mark out the other hole. Might even bung it in the vise in one piece and tap it out, like drill it, take it all apart and finish it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I did the rest of the gearbox, just the same. So yeah, I won't bother recording this one because, as you guys heard then, it's not the quietest of things. But I hope the new light works well. I picked that up today. That was nice. It was cheap. Someone's closing down, so got it half price. Oh, what a bonus. But I'll get the rest of this drilled out and I'll bring you back when the rest of the other half of the gearbox, should I say, well, motor mount is in one piece. Or almost one piece. Gearbox is now off. We are situated over this side at the moment. So, right, to try and get that to sit down like down there, and I've always used my stupid ass memory and figured out where this was. Obviously it's missing, it's the two pieces back together again. We've got one slot, one not slot, in behind there, one slot, one not slot, so they line up corresponding sides. So this one goes in, screw hole, well, it goes that way, but you get the picture. They come in and out, and you've got a bit of slidey action. Right, so I've taken this off. I've drilled the 5mm hole out for my motor to sit through. I was thinking to myself, how am I going to get these motor mounts done as well as I did for these ones? Because I cheated, and I don't even remember how I did them. I think I put some ends in the back of the motor and tapped it, and ta-da! But we have the old busted ass motor. I took the back of it off, which just sort of prizes out. I took the motor out. The rotor, and you got windings and everything else. Hang on. Yeah, windings, everything else inside. I put some screws in there, put a bar to it, and I've undone the top cap. So there's the inside, there's the top cap, and it's bearing, which praying is actually what I want it to be. And it is. It's a 5mm shaft. Exactly what I was hoping for. So I can now use this, find a small enough drill bit that will plunge on through there without scuffing that up too bad. I'll find one in a minute because it's going to be long. Find one that plunges through, and then we can line up through that, like here, and we can tap out some holes, take them off and drill them out properly, and then they can get threaded. No, they can't. They can just be piped through holes and it gets threaded up into the motor. So I'll probably try and get 4 of them done. I won't bother with all of them, but yeah, the uses of an old can, eh? This is the one that obviously I broke the shaft on, because there ain't much poking out of that. It's on the floor somewhere now. But yeah, it'll be fine. That should hopefully work, and I get my alignments right, and just where none of them fit. But we'll find out, and I'll keep you guys up to date. I drilled them holes out. Obviously this is the opposite side of the plate, because I have them mounted in my motor. I've only put one screw in for now just to hold it, but like it's not going anywhere because this is still only a 5mm hole in the centre, which that's what the shaft is, so it ain't going nowhere. Motor up here is, this whole gearbox is not mounted, it's literally just flopping around, so it was just to show you guys that's roughly where the speed controllers were going to sit. Let's move the switch for that one out of the way. So this is going to go in like so. Let's get this screw in. It's not a screw, it's just an Allen bolt. But we'll get this done up, and then it holds all this lot nicely in place. Right, so obviously there's one down the other side, on that side, and the top one in that side. And once we get it all done up, we tighten that top one and the bottom one and snag it all up nicely. Obviously we've got a bit of cable management to sort out in the end. I'm probably going to shorten these cables back down. I put way too much extra length in them, thinking I was going to need it, but I don't. So what you'll have is, you'll have a little sprocket up the top. A little sprocket up the top, as always. Hold on. Little sprocket up the top. An adapter, little sprocket, boom. Down the bottom, bracket, little adapter, and sprocket. Boom. And then obviously wrap your chain around both. Wrap the chain around both, top and bottom sprocket, and round drive. And then, because we all know I had a saggy chain before, we now have tensioner. So I can just drop that one in and out and tension my motor up. So hopefully I've got that in some sort of way that it will actually work. Like I say, we'll trim these down or redirect so that it just doesn't look so long. But yeah, I am hoping that will work. So I haven't gone with the smaller Allens for this fitting or any of this. I've gone with a bigger one. It's just because it's a standalone. There's a lot more in this piece to hold it together, and now that's backing this up and this is backing that up, and yeah, it should be fine. It should work quite well, I hope. Fingers crossed. But we now have both motors on there. We're just waiting for a couple of bits to turn up in the post before I can even take it for a drive. Ride. It's ride, it's not car. So, yeah. Until the new parts turn up, I am pretty much done for the minute. So I will bring you guys back when the new parts turn up. It'll be seconds for you, but probably a week for me. So I'll see you then. Guys, as I said, it was probably going to be seconds for you and weeks for me. It turns out the part's going to be here a bit longer than that. So I really need to clear off some space in my phone, and unfortunately I am going to have to wrap this one up now. I didn't want to do it in small ones, but it is what it is, to be honest with you. So hopefully you guys can hang on, and the next video will definitely be it all together and ready for a ride. So until next time guys, this is Half signing out. Have fun, like, subscribe, and please comment and share guys, please share.